Okay, now this is taken from 3 papers. I'll put the links down below. Okay, screenshots will be shared. Khalij Times and India Today. So Khalij Times says India-Pakistan flights suspended until further notice. That is, says Etihad. Okay. Now UAE's national carrier Etihad Airways on Wednesday said flights from India and Pakistan, which is the major chunk of all the expats in UAE, have been suspended. Now the rules, this is what I know, which is not mentioned in the papers. The rules for Pakistan are much more worse. The rules for India are slightly bit more liberal. The only exception to this is people with money. If you have money and you can afford a charter flight, there are service providers who help you find the solution for this. Now what they have done is they made it exclusive for high net worth, HNI, high net worth, high income network, high network value, high net worth, HNW, yeah, high net worth. Okay, net and worth is NW, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, so people who have lots of money, they want people who have money to spend and invest. They don't want poor chaps like Andrew D'Souza from Mangalore or from Goa. He's working hand-to-mouth job, or they don't want a laborer. Yeah, they want big guys. So if you can afford a charter flight for you and your family, they will give you the solution, and this has been happening. And how I know is 2 guys, can't mention who, they landed in UAE through the same, but only difference is they had this privileged visa, this gold visa or whatever, 10-year visa or 5-year visa or whatever. So people who have that kind of money and that kind of muscle, financial muscle, not muscles on the body, they are being given the preference. Now in terms of Pakistan, there are only 2 people I know. Okay, one refused to even, one told me don't even reveal my gender. Okay, but the other one went to Qatar. The person is a resident of UAE and has gone to Qatar. How I know this person is legit is because I worked with this person on his resume and profile. So he has got he landed in Qatar, applied, got a good job. Life is okay for him. He suffered for nearly a year and a half. Okay. So what I'm trying to tell you through this statement is there are people traveling from India and Pakistan, more of India, less of Pakistan, maybe because of the population or maybe because of the passport preference or nationality preference. Indians are always preferred more over Pakistanis, which is a fact globally. Okay, it's not to put Pakistanis down, and they are getting there. However, for those Pakistanis who are not able to get to Qatar, UAE, they are moving off to Qatar. Now I don't know whether Qatar has relaxed its rules or what it is. My suspicion is yes, but depending on the profile. Okay, now that doesn't mean if you're bloody sick and you're a high profile, they're going to call you. No, you have to qualify with the required tests. Asked if flights would resume from August 3rd, Etihad said, following the recent update, our flights from India and Pakistan have been suspended until further notice. As soon as we receive an official communication of changes to regulation, our website will be updated. Do stay tuned for the latest information. Okay. I also saw some people getting emails and all that. So it is a very generic copy-paste information that the call centers or the customer service agents they give. So there's nothing more over there. The one that is put on the paper is, hi Mirza, as of now our flights from Pakistan to UAE and the Etihad network have been suspended until further notice, and we will resume our flights as per the local government's further directives. Please, the latest update. Oh, my dog is barking. And then they give another example of this guy. Hi Sri Sankrit. Following the recent updates, our flights from India have been suspended. Yeah. Don't make a fucking video here. Stupid dog. Can't help it. When any delivery guy, my dog goes mad. Okay, hi Sankeet. Following the recent updates, our flights from India have been suspended until further notice. As soon as we receive official communication and changes to our regulation, our website will be updated. Do stay tuned for the latest travel information. Thanks, service agent's fake name. Okay, so what I was trying to tell you is, this is the standard communication that is going around. But unofficially, see, you can even check the papers, Gulf News, Khaleej Times. They are showing, oh, this doctor sat in this aircraft all alone. Oh, this guy sat in Emirates first class all alone like a boss. In as much as they are trying to indirectly advertise, take a gold visa, you'll get to come to UAE like a king. I feel the message is explicit and clear. You have money, you can come in the country. You don't have money, you can't come in. Now, what is the solution? I'll give you the idea. 1 minute. Let me log in my phone first. Okay. Now this is from India.com. International flights. Etihad Airways suspends flights until further notice. Driving a vehicle like that and driving like a race car. Crazy. Okay, here what it says is they will continue flights from India, and cargo flights will operate in both directions without impact. Cargo flights is done. I think they forgot to mention that these private charter planes and charter jets and all that, they also are going. Okay, 2 days after suspending its flights, August 7th, Etihad said it has suspended the flights from the same route until further development, was informed by the airline spokesperson. UAE has decided to extend its plan from India till August 2nd due to COVID-19 complications. In fact, in some places they are saying August 7th. Now I told you the main reason for this is they don't want the Delta variant to infect people in UAE. That's number one. And the second reason is, the main reason, Expo 2020. I mean, Expo, they have some billions of dollars. The last thing they need is, because they have started to be generous to all the Tom, Dick and Harry, the people who want to work and earn a living, that they jeopardize all the billions of dollars of planning that have gone in Expo 2020. So Expo 2020 is our priority. Rest everything is, see, they already spent billions and then they had to cancel Expo 2020, and now they restarted the marketing, restarted the advertising, and now they're hoping, okay, after 2020, now 2021, let's do it. People have paid money, construction has been set, vendors have been paid, performers have been paid. You created so much of hype in the media, and now people are actually fed up. Now let's assume if they don't have Expo 2020 this year, what about next year? Next year, what if it becomes even more worse? What if the Delta variant becomes from A, B, C, D, Delta, and it becomes Zelta and some other new alphabet? And then Fauci says, this is the most dangerous. Now not only cover your mouth, your nose, your ears, every hole in your body, cover yourself like a garbage bag. Then what you'll do? So the main thing is, UAE's priority is, let's get rid of the Expo 2020 once and for all. They're actually fed up, okay? Because the more you delay, the more money you pay. See what's happening with Tokyo Olympics. The more you delay, the more money you pump in, and the less ROI. And now if UAE gets into a bloody permanent lockdown, and it's permanently, I mean, not permanent, like, just imagine if they end up like Tokyo Olympics, no visitors, only virtual. Finish, it's a disaster. In fact, when I watched the video, they said Tokyo Olympics lost they had a loss of 12 billion with, I think, 12 billion or 2 billion in terms of attendance. They can't sell a single ticket. The sponsors who paid money can't put a single ad. Toyota, not a single ad in the papers. What do you do? Okay, so now this is from India Today. They kind of repeat the same. However, UAE nationals, diplomats, official delegation, golden residence visa holders are exempted from the restriction. I told you this. That means, in other words, people who have big money. They also added that passengers will be subject to acceptance and quarantine conditions, like terms and conditions. Now, apart from this, here they are talking about if you want a what do you say, refund. Now the last one is UAE stays on UK's red list. Now this is as damaging as not being able to take people from India. Now people from India are coming in for work. People from UK are not only coming for work, it's not that they are superior or they are richer, but these people come for holidays and spending money because of visa on arrival. Okay, so most of them, even if he's a cleaner or whatever, he'll take a bloody bank loan and he'll come for he'll come to spend money on lying on the beach half naked and getting some girls and getting drunk, and what they can't do in front of everyone in UK. So that is the reason. And then there are others who just come, they have money, they want to open up a business and have a good time. So now with UAE being on UK's red list, what it possibly means is none of the tourists who UAE wanted will come in large droves. To give you an idea, here in Thailand in 2018, the number of tourists in Koh Samui, the place where I stay, okay, wait, let me shut this dog. The number of tourists in Koh Samui was 2.8 million. So roughly 3 million visitors in 2018. Now, this year, after they opened up the sandbox, from 3 million visitors on my island, they have only managed in the last 3 months 33 people. Just let that sink in. From 2.8 or 3 million visitors, let's take roughly 3 million visitors, now you're getting 33. How do you like that? 2 million to 33? Any normal person can see the shocking difference. So my point here is in terms of UAE, whatever the big numbers were, passengers coming to UAE as stopover, people having a transit, it's all gone. That is why Emirates, which had the largest fleet, which had billions of dollars, billions, they were talking of, Sheikh Hamdan Airport, where you would get 200 million visitors, I don't know, per day or per month. 200 million visitors. Now it's trickled down to what? 2 million? Where is 2 million? Where is 200 million? Just imagine the water, electricity, maintenance of that airport, which is large as, 5-6 football fields. I've been to Maktoum Airport. It's so large, you will not be able to walk through from the parking lot till the entire airport. It's so big. So UAE made a massive mistake expecting travel to only grow. On top of that, Emirates Airlines, when travel was there, they were making billions. Now you have all the aircrafts, no passengers. You have to maintain the aircrafts. It's not like a car. You can't keep it parked in one side and do nothing. Every day every week, the engineers have to clean, ensure dust, because it has to go as per international standards. Safety is very high. And they have to make sure that these planes fly. Because if they don't fly, the parts, the wiring, there'll be so many complications. So they have to make it work. All this is spending money. That is why they are having losses of billions. They could cover by giving bullshit. Oh, we are not losing. Soon they realize we can't bullshit anymore with this disease. So Emirates Airlines is suffering billions. Tourism in the airports is suffering billions. And Dubai, which depends on tourists, is suffering billions. Now, as long as you have UAE being stated as on the red list, that also of UK, passengers 14 days here or 14 days there, who wants to sit in a room for 14 days? And then trying to come back is another headache. Either they'll say don't come back, or they'll say quarantine 14 days. So basically, why am I saying basically? So in other words, you're talking about 1 month of sitting in a room sitting and doing nothing. Who wants to do that? Most of the people would prefer, okay, forget all this. I'll just have a Zoom session. If I have to go for holiday, I'll go to some other country. Visa on arrival, less COVID cases. So, see, UAE is trying its level best with its contacts, with its connections, with the money paid to the ministers of UK and all that, whom they sponsored or paid money or supported. Please take us out. But today it's a global thing, and UK's priority is its citizens. Why? Because if the citizens get sick, the healthcare system will crash, and then people will complain, and the politicians will lose positions of power. So they are also like, I'm sorry, can't do anything, man. Now, UK nationals and UAE residents in an amber or green country, the list, they can stay in them for 11 days before they can travel to UK, which is another headache. If you have been to a country in the red list, not red light district, in the last 10 days, you will be allowed to enter UK only if you're British or Irish national or have residency rights. So, you know, then the article continues to say there's increase RT, PCR test, and you're focusing on reducing the numbers. See, let me conclude this by saying all the countries are dying to get back to normal. They're fed up. They're fed up that they have to tell their residents stay at home. They're fed up that they have to tell people you can't go out. They're fed up. Yes, they're just tired of telling people lockdown. I mean, everyone's fed up. That's my daughter. Yes, she always wants to make noise when I'm making the video. Maybe one day she'll join me for the video. Anyway, so I have friends who are investors who are there in the UK. They are saying that, you know, we're trying to keep it as normal as possible. And people are fed up. Okay, although the news outlets show only the crazy ones, but overall it's become very tough. So this is what I know. Like I told you, if you have money, it's not an issue. If you are a gold visa or any of these 5-year, 10-year visa, it's not an issue. But if you are trying to get a job and start your life hand to mouth, and you're not a well-to-do guy, you can't. The only other solution is go round trip to some other country, make sure that you have your PCR tests or fully vaccinated and all that. And when you show that you're coming there as, you know, as a guy with money loaded, they don't mind. They make exceptions. Money talks, remember what I told you? Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if any information I get, I'll share it with you guys. You guys take care. Okay, ciao.